Get ready, boys.
Okay. Oh, we need to tick something. Got it. There we go.
No, you don't, do you?
Yeah, though it said leave meeting or got it. So I'm glad I ticked got it.
Yeah, I was going to say if you left meeting before we even begun, that would be a bad start.
Mm-hmm. Great.
All right. Well, we are live streaming, and I'm just going to let the people fill in as they want.
Fair enough.
There's no need to, and maybe in a little bit we can jump into the chat if there's any questions. I never usually do the chat. That's Ben's job when we do the lives, but maybe I'll go live to the chat. Just for shits and giggles. Hey, everybody, you're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone. Today on the show, we've got Coach Steve White and his husband, Gwyn. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hi.
Very nice to see you.
I love the glowing faces of a post-Madonna concert.
Yeah, we are
glowing
and very post-Madonna. It was something.
So you attended the first night in Copenhagen. We'll set the stage in case people are listening to this after the fact. Mm-hmm. First night in Copenhagen. Do you live in Copenhagen?
No, we live just over the bridge in Sweden, in a city called Malmö, which is the third biggest city in Sweden. But it's like 28 minutes on the train from our apartment.
Oh, very quick, very easy.
Yeah. So
you didn't go home though. You've decided you were smart.
We were smart.
In case Lady Madonna pulled a late night.
Yeah. She wasn't as late as we thought she might be. So
I know. Well, you caught me off guard. I was at the gym and you were like, the show's over. And I'm like,
he's done.
I guess I have to cut off. For someone who's a personal trainer, you really you did me dirty because
I know I owe you a session, don't I?
Seriously, my pecs are flabby now because you wouldn't let me get my last set in. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay. We can Zoom a personal training session later. After I'm drinking
my 50 press ups now.
I'm drinking my protein shake. I told them at the gym, I was like, maybe I'll come back. I won't. Okay. Well, first of all, Steve, can I have you stand up and move back just so we can take it all in? So
yeah. So I'm wearing
very nice. So ladies and gentlemen who can't see what Steve is wearing, it's basically the Papa Don't Preach Reinvention Tour outfit. The Italians Do It Better t-shirt.
A very tour on the back.
Yes, from the celebration. That's new. Oh, that's new Celebration Tour merch.
Yeah.
Very nice. And a kilt, the correct tartan, I must say. Very good.
This is my family tartan. It's slightly different to the one she wore.
A little bit. It's okay. We don't nickel and dime on how exact. We want the homage. And A+. Did you is there anything under the kilt?
That's for my husband.
You never ask a Scot that.
Oh, really? Is that a rule?
No, everyone asks. I mean,
I was going to say, I'm sure people even try to lift it up and see.
They were. And
at the concert.
Drunk
women always want to.
Well, there we go. Before we went in, he did get harassed by a street photographer. Wanted to take a picture before we went in. So he's going to be on some Danish publication about street fashion.
Oh, he wasn't even covering the concert. It was just
no. Yeah, she was, but it's fine. Yeah, but it's.
I thought she was going to be like, pretend you're Marilyn Monroe over the street men and let your skirt's blowing up. Well, okay, great. And Gwyn, you were not along for the costume homage ride tonight. You were just.
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
I didn't. I have my own dance company, and I wore my own dance company t-shirt, thinking that
I am all about self-promotion. God bless it. Get that word out.
We've got to take that picture.
What kind of do you instruct on dance, or is it?
Yeah, I'm a choreographer and I'm a dancer. Less dancing now, but more choreography. Teaching a bit, and producing, making films and stuff.
Very lovely.
Yeah.
Look at all this talent in one room. I love it.
Gwyn's had hip issues too, from dancing. So
yes,
there's an affinity there.
Yes.
You and Madonna, you're just
doesn't know it.
Okay, so overall, what are your first impressions? Had you seen any teasers?
Yes.
Of course. I mean, it's hard. Yeah. Anyone who has Instagram or Twitter or anything these days, I mean, it's like, I don't even understand how I'm still seeing as many spoilers of the show as I am.
Yeah. I mean, even today, there was something popped up and it was Die Another Day, and I realized I hadn't seen any of it. So I switched it off. So after the first couple of nights in the O2, because we used to live in London around the corner from the O2, so we'd normally see her there. But I was following Instagram and Twitter, see what's the set list.
Sure.
So I did spoil it for myself a little, but I think about Tuesday, Wednesday last week, I decided to stop, which was kind of hard. And then I just kind of went a bit cold turkey just so that I could really try and enjoy it tonight. And it made such a difference. Sorry, Siri speaking to me.
What did she say? Anything dirty?
No, unfortunately not.
It didn't sound like Siri. It sounded like a man.
It does. My Siri's a man. Is yours not?
I don't have Siri.
Okay.
Well, I guess I have it on my phone, but I turn her off. I can't be bothered.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, no, but seeing it live was so much better than just watching those little clips on Instagram and social media, because I wasn't sure about if I was going to like what I saw, because it really just doesn't do it service watching some of those really bad clips, made on people's phones,
And also, you don't get the flow of the show either. You don't get the kind of like where it's coming from, what's happened before it, what it transitions into, and kind of what the audience are doing as well. So you miss so much of what's happening.
So much of the energy, which is in the room,
Totally.
But it was so I knew the set list. I didn't know what would happen at every point. So I'm glad that a lot of it was a surprise. The big things like Live to Tell, which has had so much news coverage, knew that was coming, and maybe that spoiled that for me a little bit because I knew it was coming, so I didn't get quite the tug that I thought. That sounds a bit dirty. Tug on the heartstrings that I thought I would get, but it was still a beautiful moment. It was still a beautiful moment.
I think that's the thing about, like, even if because I don't see the show until next month. There's a lot of people, here in the United States that won't see it until next year. It's baffling to think it's going to take that long before people see the show. And I think even if the set list, the costumes, the flow of the show, a concert is an experience. It's being in the room and being there and where you're looking as opposed to where someone dictates that you look. It's a very, very, it's a visceral, palpable thing. And the energy, like you said, it makes a difference.
But it's not just the room. It's actually, and I think you'll understand this as a Madonna fan, just the way she commands the room and the energy she gives and commands from the audience.
Yeah.
That is what you go to a Madonna concert for, and just.
How was Madonna this evening?
I thought she was brilliant. I was a little bit worried because last time I saw her was Madame X at the Palladium in London, and that was kind of a troubled show at times for her. I mean, it was still great, but she felt like she was back on form. She felt relaxed. When you see Madonna smile in the middle of a song and you just think, oh, she's enjoying herself, and it just makes you feel happy too.
Sure.
So I think she looked like she was enjoying herself. She was moving really well as well. I know there's been so much criticism, but actually I thought she was doing a stellar job. And
Gwyn, tell us from a dance perspective, as you are now you're tonight's MLVC dance expert. Congratulations. What would you say, as a dancer, how did Madonna look dancing on stage tonight, considering that she's had a hip replacement?
Yeah, I think, and also, I'm 45 and I understand what it is to be a dancer to get to this point. And I'm just thinking, wow, what it would be to do another 20 years on top of that and have to move, and also the impact of dancing on your body. And I think, she's doing amazingly. And to be doing that kind of level of show at that, but we were talking just before we came over, I think there's something about this show that is really for dancers, both in the choreography, but also in the way she's she's kind of celebrating dancers and all of that stuff that's always been part of her work, and all the shows that she's done before, and her own career as a dancer, and but there was something really beautiful about, in a way, giving the space to that as well. And then, but also I kind of felt like she was dancing more and more towards the end of the show, so it was like she was taking time to warm up a bit. There was a bit of acting, so there was a lot from her, actually. And it was great. I mean, I always love watching her dance. So.
But also, she just was giving conviction to everything she does, and that's what I love about when she performs. That conviction, she finishes everything perfectly.
Yeah, I always love her theatricality. I think that's something that she introduced to us very early on. I mean, maybe not so much in Virgin Tour and Who's That Girl, but definitely in Blonde Ambition, obviously, and then ever since then. I mean, we've always just gotten the flair for. I always remember I was sitting in a bar when they were playing, I guess, Sticky and Sweet, and when the tour film came out, and I remember hearing somebody sitting next to me who I didn't know saying, "Oh, wow," I'm like, Madonna, I've never seen somebody do something like this in a stage show. They're like, people just don't do this type of stuff, and I was like, "Yep, exactly." And I'm like, that's why we're on this train,
Yeah, absolutely.
There's actually that point about they don't do stuff like that, and I think that. There's something so storytelling about this in a way that's not been in any of her shows before, and there's something very intimate about it, and in a way feels so personal and close up somehow. But you're in a stadium of 17,000 people, and it's just, and I think that there was a real magic in that, actually, for me.
Because we were talking about, it feels really, really stripped back at times, but still completely epic and such a spectacle. It's really strange how she's made that work, but she has. So
it's almost like a little bit of Madame X has stayed with us.
I think so. Yeah.
She's learned something from Madame X and enjoyed that experience and worked out how to bring it into a bigger arena.
Interesting. So no new songs tonight, correct?
No new songs. I don't know if she's maybe changed up what she says.
What was her she always has that speech section. Was she just talking about being in the hospital again? And...
didn't mention the hospital.
Oh, okay. So she's done with that now.
Israel and Palestine, and made or encouraged the audience to talk about peace and love and light. So it was a really lovely moment. But she didn't mention the hospital at all. But she still sang "I Will Survive" after that.
Yeah, I wonder how long that'll hang on. I wonder if that will make it through. And funnily enough, so today is the 29th anniversary of the release of her Bedtime Stories album. And go Bedtime Stories. I love that album. And a lot of people lament the fact that she's not singing Survival off of that album. And who knows? You never know. Put it out there, Madonna.
I mean, it's her own song. But I actually thought she sounded quite good doing it tonight. She did it. And
the finish was Bitch I'm Madonna.
It was Bitch I'm Madonna, tiny bit of celebration into a little bit of music. But for me it worked, and I'm not sure if because I knew I was expecting it, but it felt like a finale, especially because you've got all the other Madonnas from throughout the ages on stage with her. It feels like a finale.
So walk me through, because I don't think I've seen an exact end of the show. So she's singing that. What happens? Where does she just go down?
So she's
on the top of the tier.
She's on the wedding cake thing, which isn't a wedding cake.
Right. Then the faux wedding cake.
Down, and then she walks forward and she's got her veil on. I don't like the veil.
I think it's a funny outfit. To me, I a lot of people are saying that they don't like the ending because it's one, Bitch I'm Madonna. And I have to say, if anything, after 40 years of Madonna being Madonna, I think her ending a concert with Bitch I'm Madonna in that ridiculous outfit is the most Madonna thing she could have ever done for this tour. Like, everyone's saying this isn't our greatest hits tour. She left out all these songs and blah, blah, blah. That's Madonna. Like, I was saying this leading up to it. I'm like, every time people are greatest hits, it's gonna be. I'm like, no. This is going to be a Madonna greatest hit show. Don't expect it to be like medley after medley of Borderline and Material Girl and Virgin. I'm like, that's not going to happen. And God bless her.
But to the way it finishes, I mean, yeah, she just walks forward. But I mean, she looks like she's having fun. She thanks the audience before she comes down. So you know it's the end, and it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's
and she's really sweet with Bob, the drag queen, as well. So like really thankful to Bob and
gives him a big shout out. You know, we all applaud Bob. Bob was amazing. I love Bob.
Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't get more airtime. I thought he was going to have like bigger sections of stuff.
What was the section? Was it during the medley? I love Madonna medley, by the way. You know, the montage. Sorry,
yes.
not the medley. And he was performing during that, but I didn't pay attention to anything he was doing. So I actually missed that. So I'm going tomorrow night and I'm now going to focus on what's Bob doing there, because there was a moment and I'm not quite sure what it was.
Yeah, I think with Madonna shows it behooves one to see it more than once.
Definitely.
Because you can sort of where were your seats tonight?
Our seats were in 102, which was weirdly, you know, the big screen that's in front of the round wedding cake, not a wedding. We were looking at the side of the screen.
Okay.
So they were amazing seats. I have to say that when the tickets went on sale in January, I had a huge tax bill coming, so I was like, okay, we can only afford the cheap seats, so we got cheapish seats.
Okay.
But actually, it was pretty good because and I think one of the things about the show is with all these screens that are coming in and down and stuff, that they've really thought about the audience, you know, all the way up there and down here and in the front and the back, and it sort of, and we got to see the whole side of the show, and it was, and you know, we were 20 rows from the side of the stage. Actually, that's pretty close.
It still felt very close and very intimate. But it was just a shame not to be able to see what was on that projector. So we missed the whole Billie Jean Like a Virgin thing because it was side on. But actually,
where are you tomorrow?
I'm in it's called the Golden Circle here in
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah, I paid that tax bill.
You've graduated from.
So yeah, no, I'm very excited to be in there tomorrow.
That'll be hey, and that I always think, you know, like I was Golden Triangle for MDNA, and then I was a runway bitch for Rebel Heart. You know, like when you're up in those areas, you feel like you're part of the show. You know, it's very so. You got a grand perspective.
Weren't you? Gwyn doesn't know this, I don't think.
Yes, I was part of the show. Yes, I danced on. Sorry, listeners, you have to hear me beat a dead horse. I danced on stage with Madonna in 2015 as part of the Rebel Heart tour here in Philadelphia. So yes, I have on my resume, danced on stage with Madonna.
No, I love it.
I wasn't not going to put that on there. People are like, oh my God, you danced with her? I'm like, yes, I did. Technically not a lie. But yeah, no, it's great to sort of get a different perspective of a show from one night to the next. And I love that you're, you know, seeing it back-to-back nights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could have gone to Stockholm on Saturday. Might have been an easy thing to do.
There's still time.
There is still time. Yeah, there is.
I mean, it's your hometown, you know, come on.
Well, kind of. It's
actually five hours away.
Yeah.
Well, you know, just call up those friends, be like, hey, I'm in town.
Yeah, I'm actually quite tempted to go again, maybe in the US next year.
What will you wear tomorrow? You're not going to repeat, are you? Or will you?
I will no, because I don't have my whole wardrobe with me. So
I love a good uniform. I have a tour uniform scheduled so I will be in the same thing every show.
Stephen did buy 3 t-shirts.
Oh, let me see the merch. What merch did you buy? Let's come on, show and tell. That's the part of the fun.
None of the
So were the Blonde Ambition bombers back in stock?
They were. I was tempted.
But they're very expensive here.
Yes, they are. Oh, I know. I bought one and then I had to sell it because it was too short for me. Okay, so you've got a Madonna, Who's That Girl? Love that. And you've got an erotica celebration tour. Love that. Perfect.
So, and then
the Italians do it better. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
I do have
that's tonight's haul. You'll buy some more stuff tomorrow.
Yes, when the husband isn't with me.
Well, hopefully the vest with motherfucker is on it, and then he'll buy it for me.
Yeah, we really want that, but
it wasn't at the. Well, it's okay because I know somebody who bought that online, and it's back ordered. Like they're not getting it for like another month or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe if you come to see the show in the States, they'll have it.
Yeah, I'm well up for that. But in terms of the merch, there was I was still surprised there was no program.
I have a feeling if there was a program, which I would hope there would be because she's had one for every show. If there was a program, I have a feeling because of the reschedule, they had to pull those programs apart and put them all back together to save some money, or they're recycling them and reprinting them from scratch because they probably had dates for every single show.
Yeah, no, of course. But yeah,
It was great.
It was great. Yeah.
Well, so quickly, what did you think of her looks? Did you love her outfits?
I did. I loved the opening is just stunning. Nothing really matters.
How was the crowd? Were they like, was the crowd good?
The crowd was good. I have to say, there was definitely in the couple in front of us, the husband, I think he'd been dragged along and he was hating it.
Oh no.
But that was quite amusing.
It was really funny.
So
because we're screaming in his ear.
Because I was screaming and I just kept getting these looks and I was like, oh, I was enjoying myself.
Yeah.
It's tough when you go to a Madonna show and you're around people who are not hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I
different.
remember seeing Confessions and I was fifth row. That was the closest I'd ever been to Madonna. And there was a couple sitting behind us. And I remember turning to them and saying, I'm like, FYI, you're going to have to stand because they were sitting there with their arms folded as if they were going to like see an evening of some like boring theater. And I was like, no. I'm like, y'all, this is a party. Get up and get ready to stand.
Yeah. Thankfully, most of the people around us were standing actually. So there was still a good energy. And she was quite cute with Copenhagen, wasn't she? She kind of joked that she didn't know where she was, kind of.
Yeah, and then she quoted Hans Christian
and then she
Andersen
talked about Hans Christian Andersen, and it was quite sweet. But I think I hadn't realized she'd been to Copenhagen before, but I think one of the tours she must have been here, but I didn't look it up a long time ago.
Yeah, like her life's got to be really funny at this point because she probably has like, it's not like she gets to experience Copenhagen, it's not like she gets to Copenhagen and like tours the locals town and like she's having brunch in the cafe down the street, like she's just being shuffled from like hotel rooms to SUVs to stadiums. And it's not like her perception of what time is and where she's at has got to be so skewed.
Yeah. But just back to the outfits, I think I loved the red negligee.
I love the wig actually,
and the wig because that was quite Madame X, wasn't it? That
it looked like it was.
Yeah, it was. But a nice little nod to that. But I really liked. I think it was erotica with the gold, the sparkling boxing gloves. I hadn't noticed the sparkling boxing gloves before. I thought they were really cute. And Die Another Day, as I say, I hadn't seen it until today. And that was kind of cool. It was really unexpected. And
I've not seen it either. There's moments where I'm like, I have not seen, and I'm not trying to see it.
Yeah. But I remember I was just watching the big screen at one point, and then I turned back, and all the dancers were on the stage. I was like, where did they come from? It's magic.
Okay, hold on. Let me just see if there's any pressing questions in the chat. Hold on. Let me see. If you've got a question, ask it now or forever hold your peace. Did she talk about last show's not feeling very well?
No, she didn't. She didn't mention her health at all, did she?
No.
So she's probably feeling, she's got her B12 shots. She's probably back in the game.
There were a couple of moments where I was like, oh my God, her voice was cracking. And I don't know whether it was because she was being really emotional in the songs or whether I was like, oh my God, she's like really having to work hard. Because like, when was the last time she did a show? 2 days ago? And it was like,
I think so.
No, it's
Yeah,
like, so
yeah.
actually that's going to take a toll on your voice.
But it's
Yeah.
only,
She's really singing a lot.
yeah, she is singing a lot, and you can
Yeah.
hear it. It sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound very good.
Yeah. But no, she didn't mention her health at all, because I was worried about that.
I think we all are.
Yeah, of course.
After after Madam X, we're all just like, please take care of yourself, Madonna.
Yeah, she had strapping on, didn't she, at one point?
On her leg.
On her leg.
Yeah.
Instead, when she didn't have the knee brace on.
But actually, I noticed that she'd got because it was there was the knee brace, and then, or not knee brace, but like a tubey grip type of thing.
Yeah,
and then she got one in the skin color as well.
Mm-hmm. And as a dancer, can you please elaborate a little bit on, does that, what is the purpose of those little knee braces for? It doesn't mean that she's in physical pain. It's there to support her knee, correct?
Well, I mean, she might be in a bit of pain, because I think, does she have arthritis in her knees? Maybe, probably.
Maybe.
But
you know what? After how many 40 years of dancing, I would assume
I do. I'm 20 years younger than her.
I'm not a dancer, and I do.
So yeah, it's there for stability, and because it's so big as well, I imagine that it's keeping the lower calf, the lower leg connected to the kneecap a little bit, or to the knee. But yeah, it's looking pretty robust.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got top medical help, you know.
Oh, for sure, right? But I was wondering, like, should you have one on both legs just to, like, for the look, to make it balanced, or?
I think she likes that, you know. It's just like, call attention to it, you know.
Badge of honor for a dancer, you know.
Yeah. Oh, totally. You know. Well, Steve, Gwyn, it's time for a little segment we like to call the lightning round. This section is meant to be answers where they're just quick off the top of your head, wherever you're at in your Madonna journey. Don't think too hard. Favorite Madonna song, Steve?
Oh, Like a Prayer. Just has to be.
Right Now, Don't Tell Me.
Favorite Madonna album, Steve?
Confessions.
Oh,
and that's not cheating, because it is.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just today, because I was listening.
That's fine. It's wherever you're at in your Madonna journey today, so it's fine. Favorite Madonna music video, Steve?
Vogue.
Frozen.
Oh, okay. Good. Favorite Madonna tour, Steve?
Confessions or Drowned World. Confessions.
Madam X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
dark horse.
It's very theatre.
Yeah.
Does anybody ever say reinvention? I always feel like reinvention never gets a look.
I think we've gotten reinvention a couple of times. Yeah, I think people do sort of skip over reinvention for some strange reason. I don't know why.
Like Vogue, the opening, I think was one of their.
Oh my God, it's Favorite Madonna movie, Steve?
Oh God, I sound so cheesy, but either In Bed with Madonna, behind you, Truth or Dare,
yes,
or but actual acting, I would say Evita.
Okay, Gwyn.
I would have to say In Bed with Madonna as well.
Okay.
But I also like WE. I know that she's not in it, but
it's and actually I think yesterday was like the anniversary of her releasing that movie.
We were at the premiere in London.
No, she looked gorgeous.
It came up at and she did
one
like
of the memories.
It came up as a memory on Facebook.
Because that was the I absolutely loathe hydrangeas bit, wasn't it? Was that when she said that?
No,
that was after a tour.
I can't remember.
Well, I'll have to look that up. But I don't remember if it was that premiere.
Yeah, or it was the show. Anyway, maybe
we'll look that up later. Favorite Madonna look, and this can be from a tour, a video, a photo shoot. Steve?
I'm gonna go with Vogue reinvention.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This is gonna be such a cliche as I'm a dancer, but hung up video. The leotard.
Yeah, that's a good one. She looks amazing.
She looked amazing, right?
Yeah, I think she's amazing.
I also like when she looks a bit rougher, like in Die Another Day video, you know, when she's being tortured. I know it sounds a bit weird, but she looks hot, so hot. She pulls it off. Anyway.
Yeah. No, she looks great. There's so many. There's so many looks. It changes for me all the time. Well, thank you for coming on the show this late hour of the night. In your post Madonna Zen. Tell everyone where they can find both of you on social.
You can find me on Instagram at Coach Stephen White. That's Stephen with a V and White with a Y. So you'll probably never find me.
Oh, I'll tag you. I'll tag you.
Thank you.
And Gwyn, what about you? Where can people dance with you?
Where can they dance with me? Well, they can come to Malmö. I'm actually making a project next year called Indigo Flamingo, and it's with the queer community in Malmö. And it's a year-long project. And we're starting with some Vogue on Sunday.
Nice.
Stephen's coming too, which is going to be really fun.
I'm a really bad dancer.
You know what? It's all about moving.
Yeah.
It's all about conviction.
If they want to find you on Instagram, where are they?
Find me on Instagram, Gwyn Emberton on Instagram. I think there's only one of me.
There's only one of all of us.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
Come on, originals. Well, and remember, everybody, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at MLVC Podcast. If you'd like to donate to the show, we're on Venmo at MLVC Podcast. And if you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please tick that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'm going to be going periodically live with viewers such as these fine gentlemen from other tour dates along the Celebration Tour. So you don't want to miss that. Tune in. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
I loved hearing what you had to say.
But it was great trying to process it as well. So thank you for that.
You've helped us digest it.
A little bit. We're here. Look, that's MLVC is here to help.
And we appreciate it.
Everybody watching, until